Hi, my name is Priscilla Allen, and this is my final project for HSCO 508, Interpersonal Communications. I thank God that I'm here at this time doing this project because I've learned so much in this class. I'm a single parent of two young men, because they're not boys anymore, 19 and 21. I have worked at my job, which is an insurance company in the great state of Alabama. And I have come to learn quite a bit. This class has helped me with my communication skills. Things that I thought I knew, I didn't know. I thought I was a great communicator, but I'm not. And what has really helped me and what's stretching me to be a better Priscilla is learning this information. Slide. My overarching goals for this class is to become a level 1 listener, get rid of biased listening behaviors, learn how to really inhale effectively, and become proficient using the talker listening card for myself and for my clients. Slide. DISC. There is a great tool that we have access to, which is the DISC Behavior Blend by Carbonell. Not only does Carbonell have his book, which has information about this, but he also has a website, which is uniquelyu.com, where you can get the information to do your own behavior blend. It has D for dominance, I for influence, S for steady, and C for conscientiousness. When I did my questionnaire, I discovered that Priscilla is a SC or CS. There's 2 categories that it's broken down with that information. What people expect from me, that's what anyone that I run into from a day-to-day basis, this is what they're looking from me. And this is who I am. My blend is as an SC, intelligent. What people expect from me is intelligence, me being knowledgeable, competent, easygoing, kind, and cautious. Who I am is a very sensitive person. I'm a very good friend, but I also need to learn how to be a little bit more aggressive. Sometimes people will take kindness as a weakness, and there's a place and time for that. Sometimes in dealing with personalities, whether that is at home, work, or church, sometimes you have to be a little bit more aggressive. I also sometimes get into what I like to call analysis paralysis, which is overthinking a situation. I will think it, and never do anything. And it may take me months before I actually make a decision on something that shouldn't take me but a day or so. So that's what I call analysis paralysis. Slide. I have come to discover that I have some communication barriers. Those barriers are listening at a level 2 or 3, being a biased listener, thinking and going ahead of the listener when I should just be listening. Those are some of my communication barriers. Slide. But in doing that, I've developed some resources and strategies from this class that I will utilize the information that I've gained to make myself a better active listener and learn how to be a better communicator. One of the things that I found, Priscilla Allen, and I showed you this book before, Listening, the Forgotten Skill. There's a strategy in here that I want to use called OK, mode of listening. I'm going to have to listen and say, okay, I'm hearing what this person is saying. Respond, listen, okay, I hear what they're really trying to say to me. These are some of the things that I'm going to gain out of this book, plus some other strategies that I'm going to use from Priscilla Allen's book. Carbonell, How to Solve a People Puzzle. I need to understand my behavior blend and how to become a mature SC or CS. This book will help me, and in doing so, it's going to make me a better communicator, because when you know yourself, that's part of you learning how to be a better person and be a better communicator. Kindred. This movie, Fireproof, I had never seen this movie before. This was a first time experience for me, but this is a great movie. There's two characters in this movie. The main characters are Caleb and his wife, Catherine. Caleb is a firefighter who believes that Catherine does not respect him. Catherine is a worker at a hospital who feels like her husband doesn't listen to her. Because of this, there are some degenerative communication spirals going on. Caleb is not actively listening to Catherine, and Catherine is not actively listening to Caleb. This is part of their communications issue. The tool that I told you about, the talker listener card, I believe that if these two people had had this book and had been able to look at and listen to each other effectively using the talker listening card, they would have solved some of their problems. This is a tool that I'm going to use, but this movie is also a tool that I'm going to use in premarital counseling and in some marital counseling and even family counseling, because sometimes we just don't listen to the people who are the closest to us. Caleb says one thing in this movie that I really grabbed hold to, especially for a couple, and that is never leave a partner behind. Slide. Peterson. Why don't we listen better? I discussed this earlier when I was talking about Fireproof. The tool that I'm going to use from here is the talker listener card. This to me was one, it was like a brain windfall of information to me, because I've used this before, but not in this formal type of way. Peterson has a card that he actually uses that says talker, and on the back says listener. With this, it has ground rules that's written down for the person who's talking and the person that's listening. I've always said, okay, now I want you to listen to this person as he speaks or she speaks, and please don't interrupt. But the ground rules are written on the card. Now, I can't go around carrying a talker listener card with me, but I can mentally. So mentally, I'm going to utilize this tool for myself. I really believe that this is going to help me in my listening skills. Uniquely You. That's the online profile I was telling you about. That's also going to help me with an explanation of who I am and how to be a better listener. Slide. Now that I've told you about the resources, now that I've told you about my strategy, it's all to naught if I don't have an action plan. I need to have a plan of action. I don't want to read all of this information and have done everything I did in this interpersonal communications class and not have a plan of action. So my action plan is to listen more as a level 1. Get rid of my level 2 and level 3 thinking and listening. I've got to become a better listener. I'm going to use the information that I gained from Priscilla Allen's book to do that. The OK method, and utilizing the mental talker listener card by Peterson. Being a biased listener, I'm going to have to acknowledge the speaker. This will help me make sure I'm actually listening. Also, using that mental talker listener card is going to help me not to be a biased listener. Increasing my listening skills to become a mature CS or SC. That's going to help me not to be a biased listener. Slide. Thinking and going ahead of the listener when I should be just listening. That's what I've got to fix. And in order for me to fix it, my plan of action is to utilize the mental talker listener card and also increase my listening skills to become a mature CS or SC. Slide. In conclusion, this class has really helped me to learn more about myself. The thing that I thought about, and in every class that I take, is what does God expect me to gain from this? What I have gained is the knowledge that I can do better. The knowledge that I owe it to the people who come to me, the people who look at me and want to talk with me. I owe it to that person to listen to them. I owe it to that person to communicate effectively with them. I owe that to God, because God wouldn't send them my way if he didn't want me to do my best. That's my mission in life. And one of the things, one of my favorite characters has said, and you may or may not know this person, but it's G.I. Joe. Knowing is half the battle. Thank you so much for looking at my video, my last video with Interpersonal Communications, HSCO 508. Again, my name is Priscilla Allen. Be blessed.